them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Bills Stadium just south of downtown Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we are underway in Buffalo. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. An aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate, but that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Second and 9. Allen going to throw. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put it
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Hayward drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up fourth down. The kick by Bass is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Oh, good return up past the 30.
But that seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Play action. Now Kaepernick. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
You got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Harris starts the drive on the ground, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Now a first down carry for Harris. And shedding the tackle, and now some room.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. 41 yards for him on the ground in his first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. But we talk about being on schedule. I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. Going with a big fullback. Wow. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get him the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive. Bye-bye, Beasley. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Cole Beasley, 98 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And that's the type of play that will give your sideline some juice, a long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give him credit for making that type of a play call. Even more credit for how they executed it.
Here's Bass now to send it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercepted. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly. and knocked it free.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Kaepernick now on 1st down. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. That one good for 37 yards. On 1st down, it's Harris. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
He gets it left side to Johnson. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And Deontay Johnson has seen his share of targets increase in his first 2 years in the league. And last year, finished with 88 catches. Continuing to work on grabbing everything that comes his way. A nice catch there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 56 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, it's Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Here's Allen to throw it. And Diggs has it. Pushing his way through. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Escaping the pressure right, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. From midfield, here's Allen. And he finds Beasley, complete. Allen to Beasley, 1st down Buffalo. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
On 2nd and 10, Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Allen. Flush to his right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Throwing now is Allen. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
You would think that he had baseball in his past, the way he patrols center field and goes and gets the football as he just did there. An all-pro for the Steelers each of the last 2 years. His first 2 years with the franchise. He led them with 4 interceptions in 2020.
And no reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Singletary. The big man, Tyson Alualu, there to make the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Allen off the play fake. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 11 yards for number 11.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but Cole Beasley, he's in his 10th NFL season, and in 2020, his best year yet. 82 catches, close to 1,000 yards. Loves the freedom that this Bills offense affords him.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Pass complete here to Sanders, and he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. To the air, Allen. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Space to run past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Here's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Allen. Being chased out left. And he's brought down. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
Now Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's the fullback there to make the grab. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. They hand this off to Harris. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. Forced out to his left. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Harris. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. From midfield, here's Kaepernick. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Harris. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
To throw, Kaepernick. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Well, a clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Going deep for Diggs. It got his man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And you'd think on third down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they called the defense flat-footed as a result, because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jerry Hughes too strong as he's in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Into the red zone now. Kaepernick flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now a give, running left is Harris. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Play action. Now Kaepernick rolling to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
3 yards the gain there, second down. Allen now looks to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applied.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Allen going to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. He will push his way down to about the 14. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
Rolling to his left. Allen hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. Harris try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Pass complete to Harris. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They run for it with Harris. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football, where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, and now I'm listening to you. So for Buffalo, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.